Hello seekers, welcome to Punneit Astrology, your one-stop astro channel. Mercury, Buddha, the planet of information and communication, will make its move in the sign of Gemini on 2nd of July, and this transit will continue for next 15 days till 17th of July. This 15th day of Mercury transit is very, very crucial. Try to understand why. Because Buddha is going to be in its own zodiac sign, Mithun Rashi, the Gemini zodiac sign. And Mercury will join Sun, which is already in the Gemini zodiac. Sun will be the lord of the third house from Gemini. So therefore, this Mercury transit is the transit where you take matters in your own hand, and Sun Mercury Buddhaditya Yoga forms with Venus in the sign of Taurus, which is 12th from this Mercury. Now this is financially very good time for the world. At least things will slightly become more stable, or at least you will be going to know what will happen in the future that will help you prepare for what can happen, and that's why you will not be caught off guard. So this is a very crucial time. Although usually Mercury transits are very short, this is just a 15-day transit, but when it happens in its own zodiac sign, it has its own significance. Gemini is a dual air zodiac sign. When Mercury goes there, you will see that there will be a lot of volatility. And we must not forget the fact that from 9th July, Buddha is combust. There is a combustion, asta, of Buddha, Mercury. And this means Mercury is going too close to the Sun. Now, this means that this transit will be divided into two parts. The first half will be when Mercury is acting independently, and the second half will be when Mercury is acting under the impression of the Surya, the Sun. So in this case, initially for the first 7-8 days, things will be all right, things will be fine. The decisions that you take will yield good results, and you will be seeing some nice positive atmosphere around you, especially if you are running a Mercury Mahadasha, Mercury Antardasha, if you're in Gemini Chardasha, if you are a Gemini moon sign or a Virgo moon sign or Sagittarius moon sign, you will be seeing some real positive results out of this. But towards the second half, after 9th of July till 16th of July, that 7-8 day period, Mercury will be become invisible, because it is going asta means going below the horizon, out of line of sight, which means your decision can be, you will not be able to justify your decision, and you won't be able to really see where you are actually going ahead with what you are actually planning. Combine this with Mars and Rahu in the sign of Aries. This means there can be a lot of anxiety and hurriedness. It's like there is a lot of haste to come to a conclusion, to become judgmental, quickly justifying something, desperately trying to achieve something. So be very careful on those angles. Are you trying to speed up the process unnecessarily? Because desires will rise. Mars is steadily moving in Aries now. Venus is in Rohini Nakshatra, so that is going to give you comfort. Now, inflammation of desire or expansion of desire combined with security of Venus in Rohini and Mercury in Gemini will work in two ways. In a positive sense, it will give you a new sense of innovation. It will give you new ways to become more successful. It will lead you to the path of success, will give you instant, quick and rapid success. It will start making things come to play, will make things move. It will bring things into action. It will resolve your the financial issues that were long pending now, and it will also resolve a lot of issues between your neighbors, between brothers, between siblings, between friends. So this is going to be a very positive tune to this Mercury transit. But now come to the negative side of it. The negative side will be that if you are controlled by your own desire, if you have no control over your expectations, and if you're not listening to Saturn, but rather you are desperate in your life, if you demand something strongly, if you believe that you need something or you want something and you have to get it, that desperation can actually push you to destruction. The moment this Mercury goes combust, try to understand. With respect to Gemini, Leo is the third house, which is the effort of the Mercury or effort of the Gemini. Now that courage is overpowering the Lagna. That means you are burning out too much. You're doing too much. Too much too soon will happen, especially after 9th of July. Mars will also move closer and closer to Rahu, which will further inflame the desire, which will further increase the fire. And with Sun and Mercury, you will think that you are intelligent enough to actually come out of the problem, find a solution. And maybe you will have this overconfident confidence that whatever decision you are taking is going to be the right decision, and that is where you might fail. So if there is no proper justification, if you have no patience, then that will bring the negative side of this transit. If you are a Scorpio ascendant or Scorpio moon sign, if you are a Capricorn ascendant or Capricorn moon sign, then you need to watch out for the Mercury transit, because for you it will happen either in the 6th or in the 8th house. For Scorpio, the Mercury transit will happen in the 8th house, and for Capricorn, Mercury transit will happen in the 6th house. So you need to watch out for these energies affecting your Trik Bhava, which is the 6th and the 8th. And for you, both of you, Scorpio and Capricorn, should be watchful of every single event in this time, especially when Mercury goes combust. Obviously, when Mercury is in Gemini, it will also impact the sign of Virgo. Why? Because of a very simple factor. Because Gemini is basically 10th from Virgo zodiac sign. So Gemini is basically the karma bhumi of Virgo, Kanya Rashi. So people who are Virgo ascendant will see changes happening in their career. Now, when Mercury goes combust, it means initially you were being heard, initially your communication was seen in a right way, but the moment it goes combust, your non-verbal communication will dominate the verbal communication. So you need to be watchful of that. And this is true for all ascendant basically, but especially for Virgo, because this will enhance the Virgo nature, because karma of Virgo is dominated by Gemini. When Mercury will be in Ardra Nakshatra, this will impact the entire humanity. The mind will be in chaos and there can be a lot of confusion. You need to put your ego aside and you need to communicate in a very humble manner. The good thing is that Jupiter is steady in the sign of Pisces, in the Uttara Bhadrapada Nakshatra, the nakshatra of Saturn. And when Mercury will find Jupiter 10th from itself, this is when the karma of Mercury will be controlled by Brihaspati, and Jupiter aspects Cancer zodiac sign, which is second from this Buddha. So yes, there are a lot of checkpoints already created by Jupiter to prevent the negative downfall, but you need to watch out for that minor fluctuations, because Mercury is consciousness. It is basically the construct of reality, and Mercury works along with the Chandra, moon. So during the Mercury transit, keep a track of the moon sign, moon transit, because the way moon will move is the way your Mercury will start behaving. Now, there is no connection with Mercury and moon in the Gemini zodiac sign. Then why am I saying this? The reason is that moon is basically the reality. But who is giving that information to moon? It is Mercury. Mercury is the planet of information. The sensory organs, right? Whatever data you receive. Now, whether it is good or bad will be decided by the Chandra, because that is the experience. But if I just eat a cube of sugar, it is sweet. Now, whether you like that sweet, your experience of that sweet, or is it good, is it bad, is it healthy, not healthy, that is a separate point of discussion. That is in the domain of Chandra. But it is sweet. Who is giving this information? It is Mercury. Now, also when Mercury combines with the Sun, this creates Buddhaditya Yoga. So people who are having Sun-Mercury conjunction in their chart, wherever it is, will see some positive results, and you will be able to improvise on your communication. If you are a writer, if you are an astrologer, if you're a speaker, if you are a teacher, if you are into banking and finance, if you are into government sector, you will see some positive side to this transit. For students, this is a very, very important time because third house is basically your writing, and for students, it's a very important time. You can actually memorize things which are hard, which you seem that whatever subject you feel that is tough, you should study in this time, and chant Ma Saraswati mantra Om Am Saraswatye Namah at least 108 times a day. For business, this is a good time, but be careful about investment. It may seem it is a very positive time and you will like to invest, but do not ignore the position of other planets with respect to Mercury. Greed can create the downfall from which, if you start recovering, it will take many years. So be very, very, very watchful. Yes, it will give profit, but it is a short-term profit. So yes, during say intraday trading or within a 1 to 2 day trading, you may gain some profit. But then if you think that it is going to sustain, there is no sustainability in this transit. Also, you have to remember one thing, that during the transit of Mercury, Saturn will make its move in the sign of Capricorn. Now, Capricorn is 8th from the position of Gemini, and that is again very, very significant. This means this transit of Mercury is asking you to save, to protect yourself, to defend yourself. So financially, economically, this should be a transit of defense, not offense, not multiply, but rather to create surplus. And that is the message of Mercury transit in the Gemini zodiac sign. It is a good time. It will bring out the child in you. It will bring out the creative person in you. Try to learn a new language during this time, a language of your soul, whatever language you get connected to, any language in the world. Try to learn that. And if you can learn Sanskrit, it will be great, because then you will be able to read scriptures which are actually in Sanskrit. Take some basic initiatives and that will give you a real positive results in the future. And coming to the remedy, just chant Ganesh mantra and Ganesh Atharva Shirsha Path if you do every day. It will be great. Also, you can chant Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, Narayana mantra, and that will help you a lot. This is a positive transit, but remember, Mercury behaves like the zodiac and like the planet where it sits, because it is a planet of information. So the information that you give to your body, like the food, the sensory perception, that will actually define the real crux and the flavor of this transit. So all your 5 senses should be treated with sattvic energy and with positive vibrations. With this, I end this video. We'll meet you in the next video. I hope you subscribe to my channel. If you like, please like and comment your views in the comment section. Share the video among family and friends. That will increase the reach and visibility of the channel. Please support me on Patreon. Also, you can join me on Facebook and Instagram for details, and for consultations, you can drop me an email. We'll meet in the next video. Till then, namaste.